Hi, it's the myths of pike fishing we're talking about today, and it's do pike bite, treble hooks, oh no you all say, the strike, and big baits catch big pike. Do pike bite? Amount of people I've heard said, "God, that bit me." No, pike do not bite. You might get your fingers in the way when they clamp down and just happen to shut his mouth. Pike do not bite. It's not like a dog never go at you. It just won't. Right? Pike are not made that way. They obviously have their mouth open at some stage, close at another. Sometimes when you're trying to unhook it, you know, it might clamp down. But people say they got bitten, they just got their fingers in the way or hands in the way at the time. But pike do not bite, so don't worry about that. The use of treble hooks. Well, this is over 100 years old. The treble hook snap tackle rig, just not necessary at all. So many anglers have gone over to single hooks now and they catch just as well. I mean, at the end of the day, mobile phone? Do you use tablets? Laptops? Right, well you wouldn't use one of these, would you? Well, only in an emergency. But how many of them are working now? So nowadays we're all a bit modern. We sort of got with it a bit, haven't we? Even us older blokes. And so you have to move on, get with the modern times, use single hooks. Treble hooks are old news. So if you're a beginner, you don't need to use treble hooks. Right, so there's no fear of that. The strike. Oh, crikeys. Years ago, once the old pike bung went under the water, what did the old boys used to do? Oh, just let it go, let it go. Oh, I think I'll roll a fag. Yes, I'll roll a fag. Yeah, give it about a minute, you know, and then I hook into it. Good chance of that was gut hooked. Times and time again, these pike got gut hooked. Well, anyway, nowadays it's not like that at all. We know that the pike can take it right quick. So early strike. As soon as you get the opportunity, strike early. They used to say the pike will take your bait and they'll always take it sideways. And then you've got to wait for it to swim off. And then it'll swim up the river and it'll start turning it. And then when it gets some speed up, the force of the water going down its mouth will help push that bait down so it can swallow it. That's why they used to wait a lot for that to swim off. But it's all a myth. It doesn't work that way. Not all the time. If anything, you know, when your line goes, just tighten up a little bit on it and just see what direction it's going. Just for a moment. Don't hesitate. But once you know which way it's going, strike or pull into it the other way. That's all there is to it. Strike early if you can. It's better to miss than to have a pike woof the bait right down gut hooked, and that's just what you don't want, especially if you're a beginner. Big baits catch big pike. Not always. Pike have been caught on the smallest of things. Even small maggots has been dragged through the water for a recast for those fishing for roach or something like that. It just happens sometimes. Big bait not necessary. Just use a sensible sized bait and you'll catch just as well. Just an old myth. Big bait, big pike. Some of the old anglers from 50s and 60s, 70s even, they believed in using £1 roach catching a big pike. Just wicked really, but no, that's just not necessary at all. Okay? If you can catch a big old carp on a small boilie, and look what they're catching nowadays, you can still catch a big pike onto a small chunk like this. So there you go. So for all you novices, beginners for pike fishing out there, that's your myths out the way. So all you got to do is do a bit of research. Watch even the likes of the ginger fisherman. He's quite good, apart from sometimes he's unhooking fish with his fingers. Not advisable. Always use a pair of pliers, even if you can see the hooks. You don't want to get a hook in your finger, so it always pays to use a little tiny pair of pliers just to do the unhooking. The ginger fisherman has also used single hooks in the past and he's caught well on them, which proves that you can catch fish on single hooks. So right, the fish don't bite, strike early, use single hooks if you can, sensible sized baits. You do not need a huge bait. Okay, hope you enjoyed that. See you again sometime. Bye.